Speaking of a busy way to get started, let's take a look at that infamous problem of the day. Jerome sells 4 more books than DVDs. All right, so he's selling books and DVDs, it sounds like here. If they have a price of $16 each, okay, or if they each have the price, have a price of $16 and the total cost is $160 before tax, how many of each item did he sell? Wow, that's a mouthful. It's a lot of things to work through. So let's work through it and see what we've got going here on this problem. Take a look at it here. It says Jerome is going to sell 4 more books than DVDs. If they each have a price of $16, that's good because his DVDs and his books are all going to make $16 a piece. Then the total cost is $160 before tax. How many of each item did he sell? All right, everybody ready to sit back? Let's do this math. Let's see what's happening. First of all, I'm going to go algebra on it, although I think in my mind I can get wrapped around here. Everything is making $16 each, is it not? And if the total cost is $160 before the tax comes in, that means he's told how many? 10 items. So we can look at it from that standpoint, and some of you are going like, how'd you figure that out? I divided 16 into 160. I got 10 items total. But I still got to spread them out so that one type of item we have 4 more in terms of books than we do DVDs. So let's see. I'm going to go with N to equal the number of, what, DVDs? Why not? And I'm going to let N plus 4 because there are 4 more books. So I'm going to let N plus 4 represent the number of books. Now, before y'all go jumping crazy, some of you are saying, well, I chose N to be the number of books. That's fine. That would tell you that there are 4, how many? 4 less, 4 less DVDs. So that's fine. Either way works. I'm going to use it because it's got a plus with it, and it basically read 4 more here, and it doesn't get too confusing. But each of those is worth how much? $16. So here's the story. He bought some books, bought some DVDs, or he sold them, excuse me. Someone bought them from him, probably a lot of different people. So he sold 4 more books, and he sold DVDs, and together he made $160 before he had to charge sales tax. So let's put it together, see what happens. That means we're going to pay $16 for each DVD, and we're going to tack on $16 for each book. There were more of them. And he spent out $160 total. So if we find out N, we're going to add 4. And I'm going to tell you something about this. He's got to sell a book or he doesn't sell a book. There's no fractions here. These are going to come out even. This kind of problems a lot of us like, especially on story problems. It's nice for them to come out nice and even. So let's go ahead and do our distributive property and work this thing out. Let's see where this is going to go. I got 16 in there. That didn't change. Now, I got to distribute. Take that distributive property and work it through. Work it. And let's see what we have. I'm seeing 16n plus 64. That's what 16 times 4 is, right, everybody? Click, click, click. And we get 160 out here on the right side. It's not changing any. It's not going to change any. Here we go. Like terms. Oh, my goodness. I tell my students always, like terms, don't try to add 16 and 64. It ain't going to fly. But you can add these 16 and 16 together because they're definitely like terms. In fact, they're identical. There are going to be 32 of those because we add the 16s, and let the n come for the right. This is not an area problem. This is not multiplication, folks, so you don't get n squared. You just get an n. Keep the 64, happy 64 right there, equaling to 160. We're almost home free. You say, really? There are big numbers there, Ernie. That's why we got the calculator in case we need to go there at the end. And we'll do it if you need to. But what happens? Let's subtract 64. Let's subtract it right off there. And that's going to get me 32n, kicks that one goodbye, equal to, all right, subtract that out. That's almost 100, not quite. So we're going to subtract 64 from 160. It's going to give us 96. Just think about money, making change. A lot of us, when we have money, we do much better with our numbers when we know about our money, right? It's always good. Always good. You don't want to ever shortchange yourself, do you? So now we're going to take this 32n to equal 96. There it is. Did I say 3? You said 32. 32, there we go. I'm thinking ahead. I'll just tell you, folks, I am thinking ahead a little bit here. We're going to divide both sides by 32. And remember I said it has to come out even? Definitely is going to. That's going to rock in at 3. You say, what does that stand for? That's our DVDs. We have 3 DVDs. You said what? He sold 4 more books? That would give me 4 plus 3. Because N is 3, we add 4 more. That gives us 7 books. And the check here is, did we spend $1.60? We did spend more than $1.60, didn't we? Did we spend $160? I think we did. Because there's 3 DVDs. That's 48 bucks. And 7 of those, oh goodness, I hope it's going to be like 112. It is 112. What that does, that adds up to 160. So there's your problem of the day. Kind of a complicated look there in a way. But remember I said something a little bit earlier that we could have said, let's get the 16 out of there, because if everything's costing $16, that means we know we're going to have 10 items. So you could go and do this. And some of you say, I like this better. I do too. If you said n plus 4 equals to 10, oh my goodness, how much easier could it be? Let's check. Got 2n plus 4 equals 10. You got it. What's going to happen here? Easy stuff. We're going to subtract the 4. Oh, by the way, n plus n does give us 2n. Don't forget that. Some people said, I thought it was n. Nope, it's 2n equals to 6. Divide. Oh my goodness, we get n equals 3 that way also. Must check. Must check out. All right. So there we go. Problem of the day. We got it solved.